Roll dice, be nice, and stay tuned. This is the Live to Die podcast.
I realized, Trent and I were talking the other day, as we do sometimes. Very kind, he's willing to be my friend. That we potentially have a fun conversation topic. I don't want to spend too much time on this, but maybe we legitimately should get a few of us on Discord at some point and record a conversation, but I wanted to cue it off here. What are some of the most influential rule changes in games that you play or sports that you follow that you can kind of think of? What have there been? Because I'm thinking about the remaster and what's going on here. And I think obviously one of the big ones we've looked at is how do we adapt rules that deal with good and evil? I like the changes. We were talking about it a little bit in Trent and I's Age of Ashes game that they're well, maybe until we get new guidance, instead of sense alignment, we're going to use it to sense the things that are related to your own. So I think we said that you're weirdly playing two champions right now, which I don't think you meant to.
But they're different kinds of champions.
They're very different. But that champion, I think we decided has sense honor, sense innocence, and sense dragons.
So it's basically the Force.
Yeah.
He can sense when innocents are being harmed.
That's cool.
But we also said that maybe it's subjective to it being his worldview's version of those things. So it isn't enough to suss out is someone this or that. It's well, what's the interaction with his worldview? But Trent was there's rule changes in sports too. And I'm I actually don't know anything about that. So what are some rule changes in either games you play or sports you follow that have been substantial?
I think the three of us who watch a lot of NFL know that the rule for what a catch has been changing.
The most controversial thing.
And has been changing dramatically over the past 10 years, especially.
Yeah. Wait, what the fuck is it?
That's a great question.
I don't think anybody
could tell you right now.
It's an interpretation of a law that you have to have possession as you go to the ground. And then if you go to the ground, if the ball moves when you hit the ground, then that doesn't consider you having possession of the ball. So you have to maintain control as you go to the ground.
But if you
it really
go
is.
out of bounds or something.
What was it, Des Bryant? Des Cotter didn't catch it.
Des caught it in the end zone and then dropped it after
burned
he had
the internet down.
So he did not have possession, therefore
to
did
the
not
ground.
You
a
better not
game-winning
take
touchdown.
Don't take a point. Don't take a side here because somebody's going to hear it and be like, Des fucking fumbled it.
No, Des caught that ball.
Yeah, that was a touchdown. I agree.
Yeah.
Baseball, though, this year has made itself significantly better.
Yeah.
James and I are
the pitch clock.
Yeah, so they have a pitch clock that allows you to, or forces the pitcher to start pitching to the batter and not throw into first base or whatever. They also made the bases bigger, and you wouldn't imagine that 1 inch of base makes a difference, but they steal a ton of bases this year. And it's made the game better.
Jane, do you have anything that has had sort of changes in understanding or do you have do you have something you want to throw into this weird discussion?
I would just like to say that my sport has the best upsetting rule, which is offsides in
It's
soccer.
a weird rule in soccer.
And that's something that's it's the same all the time at all levels of the game. Soccer has some things where it's depending on the level that you're at, the rules are different.
Yeah, that's true.
Whether or not you go to a sudden death if you go to overtime or a penalty kick shootout or how that sort of thing is handled. And that changes somewhat, which is interesting. I also think there's been some changes to what is considered a handball because
intentional.
Yeah, the intent. And then there was also a thing that, and I think that this is at the higher levels of play too, but I know when I was growing up and playing, there was a big change that, what's considered when you're playing from the ground, if you get knocked down, can you still kick it? Or is that a foul? So there's all kinds of weird stuff happening in the real football all the time. I just got 3 aggressive eye rolls over here. But yeah, I just think that
then why don't people still call it football?
England was the first one to call it soccer.
Literally everybody does.
Not everybody.
Does.
England started calling it soccer.
Yeah.
And then they changed.
Okay, but it also makes sense because it's feet and balls.
You're not wrong.
All right.
You're
not wrong.
So football was originally, there was no forward passes. It was running and kicking, and that's why it was called football.
But it's also not a ball. It's an egg.
There is it will be super late by the time this airs, but there was one of my favorite in recent years SNL sketches when Nate Bargatze hosted SNL, in which he's George Washington, trying to rally the troops about why they're fighting. And he's just we're doing it so that we can have our own unique
Units of measurement.
of units and measurements.
Yeah.
And at one point, they're like, well, what about meters? We'll still use those, but for unpopular sports like swimming and running, for the popular ones like football, we'll use yards and feet.
And it wasn't it like
what's that? It's a game where you throw a ball with your hand. So there's no kicking. There's some kicking.
Wasn't it like, and how long is a meter? Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
How many
He's
feet
talking-
are in a mile? I don't know.
I don't know.
No, it's a 5,280. How many yards are on
Oh,
the
that's
course?
what he
No one
said.
knows.
No
No
one
one knows. Then they're like, and he's like, you asked about the temperature. He's like, we'll use a system called Fahrenheit. How do you spell that? Impossible.
Spell it impossible.
I actually saw like a Slate story on Twitter where they were saying that that specific sketch was the best one that SNL's done in many years.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Quite funny.
God. I still crack up thinking about it. I don't crack up about that as much as I crack up about Jane kicking Jason's knee out into a spider fight.
Well, I was just going to say, can I just revisit the offside rule really quick? Because I never actually got to talk about that.
No one
Revisit.
likes. No one
Let's
likes
go.
soccer.
Go for it.
I'm just going to say that it is. Oh, I once heard a description of it where because people never know when it happens and everyone gets, it's like you watch the things, everybody's all excited they scored a goal and then they're like crestfallen because the ref calls it and nobody knows why it happens. And like the best rule of thumb I've ever heard for somebody watching soccer to recognize it is if it looks too good to be true, it is. Because offside just always looks like it's going to be a good
That's
thing.
probably true.
Unless you have some freak who is the fastest runner on earth who can pass a defender so quickly, it's probably offside.
But if you're like, wow, that was amazing, great goal, it's offside.
There's a phenomenal episode. So one of the like docuseries that Jane and I watched was Welcome to Wrexham, which I thoroughly enjoyed because I feel like it was if Ted Lasso was real, basically, but without like all the other stuff. I still enjoyed Ted Lasso, but really enjoyed it. It's about Rob McElhenney, who made It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and Ryan Reynolds buying a football team in the UK and kind of working their way through it.
a soccer team?
Sure.
Shut up.
They also are part owners of a Formula One team now.
Oh,
They bought into
awesome.
the Alpine racing team.
oh, that makes sense.
They're making very smart money decisions.
There was a really amazingly funny bit that I saw them talking about. It ended up in the show, but they talked about it in this interview where they're at one of their team's games and they're down, they're trying to tie it up, and a goal is scored, and they're both like in the owner's box, like jumping up and screaming, and everyone and like all the fans like are excited for a second, then kind of die down because they all realize it was offsides, but the two of them have no fucking clue what's offsides.
That's funny.
And eventually they have to look over, and I think in the box with them is David Beckham, who has to
Who's like,
explain to them, like,
"Guys."
guys,
Yeah.
it doesn't count. And it was some late night show. They're like, yeah, it was kind of embarrassing to be like super obviously not understanding it. And then to have this happen in front of any celebrity, for it to be in front of David Beckham,
Yeah.
is like, guys, no, it's
One of the
it's not
best
a goal.
of all time.
That's funny.
It's a great bit. Fun show.
Anyway, Nikolai's certainly offside right now.
Oh,
He's on his backside right now.
about to get fucked up by a spider.
Sorry, buddy.
Pony size spider.
I strangely don't see Lucky on the board right
He's
now.
up
I
there.
elevated low.
Yeah, he's over there.
He's on a different part of the
Yeah,
table.
Lucky is where like our books and stuff go. Not
That's
even
how
on the
far
table.
away he is.
Yeah, like-
Overseeing the whole.
On like the edge around, sort of like the elevated table rest above the
Perfect.
vault.
That's where he wants to be.
All right, so before this combat technically begins, I'm going to use a special reaction. It's called
Okay.
Kill.
Trapdoor Lunge. Initiative has not yet been rolled. Trigger. A creature comes within 25 feet of the spider's lair while the spider is positioned just under the ajar trapdoor.
Were you just giddy whenever she said that she was going to...
100%,
Oh my God.
The spider notices the creature. Effect. The spider strides or climbs before it rolls initiative.
Oh, cool.
So would someone be so kind as to please move that genuinely really nice spider miniature just right up next
I don't
to
wanna
the
touch it.
Nikolai?
Jane has to do it.
No.
Fun one there.
This is your fault.
Oh man.
This is
You know what? It's your fault for talking smack.
You should ask the spider to be
You
nice to
should
you.
learn to use your words.
Here's a fun throwback.
You called Ari a coward.
This is a miniature I've had
My
for
words.
a very, very long time, these specific spider miniatures. Trent, I bought these to use in our first night of Curse of the Crimson Throne when you were going into that old abandoned ship and there's a spider on it outside of that building that you're going into.
This is what ended up causing my character to be terrified of spiders.
That's
in
right.
fact. Yeah.
And this is the game that would eventually lead to Trent and I becoming friends, us playing this Pathfinder game together through
Yeah.
mutual friends at work.
That spider's done a lot of work to aid our friendship, James.
Yeah. Thanks,
and
buddy.
Trent in real life is very scared of spiders.
I'm not very scared, but I am scared of spiders.
One time,
Yeah, you should tell this story before we start. It is pretty good.
so James and I used to live down the hall in the same apartment building from Trent and his wife. And I was home alone, and there was a fairly large, very erratic spider.
While Jane is telling the story, please roll initiative.
Okay. Erratic spider in the entryway
It was
of the apartment.
like one of those hunting spiders.
Which is just a terrible name. I was pretty freaked out by it, and I kind of leapt out into the hallway, and Trent and Casey were coming in to the building,
No,
and they're
Casey
like,
was gone.
"Oh yeah, it was just you."
Yeah, I was home working.
Yeah, and Trent comes out and he's like, "What's going on?" And I was like, "There's a spider," not knowing that Trent is probably equally, if not more, afraid of spiders than I am. So the two of us are trying to do battle with this spider that's jumping around the entryway, and there's a lot of screaming and smacking into the wall and failed attempts to get it going on. And there was somebody coming to repair the AC on the roof of the building who then came down and knocked on my door 10 minutes later, and he was like, "Ma'am, I just wanted to check in. Is everything okay in here?" We had a domestic dispute.
Yeah. Amazing. He waited until I was gone and was like, "Are you okay?"
I was like, "Oh yeah, that's my friend. There was just a really big spider in here. We got it though."
It was one of those spiders that, whenever it sees that you're looking at it, it lifts up its front legs and it's just let's fucking go, bro.
It was, we, I think, almost broke a few things in the apartment. It was a battle.
Jesus. What did you all roll for initiative? I'm not hitting the initiative drop. Instead, it was Jane's spider story.
19.
Oh, okay. What do you got?
I got a natty 20.
Oh, so what's the total?
A 29.
So you'll have critical initiative.
Damn.
Yeah, baby.
Arthur?
16.
Maybe get your ass down here. Get your
And
critical initiative.
18
I'm just
for Ari.
shooting people.
Oh. Okay. All
only
right.
25
So it's
feet
going
down,
to be Lucky. You will go first.
You'll probably have some kind of conceal
So
or something.
you do not have a direct line of sight. You just saw Nikolai tumble down to this sort of bend. Imagine sort of bend at the bottom of a pipe.
Oh, it's curved that way.
Yeah.
I'll delay.
Classic for a
I
reason.
love it.
So
I'd be sad if you crawl down.
Nikolai, it is your turn. You get to act before the spider. You are prone, and you took 2 points of damage from that fall.
Okay. Nikolai will
I was kind and did not have you take a d6 damage from a critical trip effect.
cast a spell on
Ooh.
himself, a focus spell that we
Okay.
have not seen yet.
And remember that focus spells in the remaster, you can now gain focus points back, all of them back, without having to get those extra feats.
Which is, God, that's so good.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
nice.
It's really nice.
And so as he's mumbling this spell, his body starts to almost like his skin starts to bubble, and then thorns start
Ooh.
growing out of his skin, and his whole entire body is covered
Whoa.
in vibrant thorns.
Ooh.
Vibrant?
That's cool.
Vibrant.
So is that
Vibe.
3 actions, or do you have 1 left?
That's one action.
That's 1 action?
One action.
1
Are
action?
you going to go hug the spider?
I'm going to stand up.
All right. You stand up.
And
You going to punch? Run. Draw a weapon?
I'm going to draw my longbow.
Bold choice.
Cool.
Wow.
Cool.
Somebody
All right.
has my mace.
That's true.
That is, yeah. All right.
Actually, I'll draw my dagger. I have a dagger.
Okay.
I forgot about that.
It is now the spider's turn.
Of course it is.
Oh,
The spider is going to sort of, sorry, Trent, how do you describe it? Its front legs up, let's fucking
Yeah,
go,
let's
bro.
fucking do this. This is what they
Trent
do.
is
They
waving
go
his
like this.
arms
They're
and
like,
heads back and forth like he's a crab. And so it is going to spider sort of skitter to the sides first, to the 10 o'clock, to the 3 o'clock, in that halting spider motion. Because remember, spiders are moved by pneumatic pressure of the blood moving through their exoskeleton.
Thanks. I hate that.
Why would you tell us that?
Did you not see the video of people moving spider bodies with syringes?
no, we haven't seen that video.
No,
that sounds
well,
terrible.
you're missing out. It's going to hydraulically lunge forward in a sort of halting movement that's hard for the eye to track as it goes to bite at you. 16 to hit.
Miss.
All right, it is
Ooh,
going to
nice.
follow up with another bite. Yeah, that's the same result, but with a worse number. It's going to be an 11 to hit.
Miss.
Okay, that's its turn. That makes it potentially
that's
Lucky's
a good round.
or Ari's turn.
Definitely Ari's turn.
Oh, yeah. That's right. I was like, why Lucky or Ari?
Because Lucky's delayed.
Because Lucky's a coward.
Is she on the rope?
What's that?
Is she on the rope?
Yeah. Am I
She's at the
still
bottom of the
dangling
rope.
from the rope, or
You're
can
on
I
the
just
rope. You could climb around Arthur. It would take a climb check for you to get down into the room.
Point of order.
Oh.
I only asked you if you were being a coward. I must have triggered something because you kicked me down the hole.
All right, Ari's going back up the hole, back to Lucky, and hopping on to Drama and leading. No, I'm...
You can delay too until I get off the rope.
Yeah, I'll just delay until Arthur's down.
Arthur, it's your turn. It will take a climb check to get down off the rope, but it'll be a very simple one.
I start climbing back up. No. Yeah.
We all just peace.
Well, this did not go how I thought.
Bye, buddy.
You have a backup ready, right, Jason?
Nice
So
knowing you,
many.
Nikolai.
I'll climb
At level
down.
So many.
Did you watch that clip I sent from the gamers
Yeah.
of the guy just having
I
stacks
got 37 more of these, asshole.
That's 19 to climb down.
Oh, that is a critical success. So you can move 10 feet, which will get you all the way into the cavern and put you right behind Nikolai.
Perfect.
You have 2 actions left now. You did not have combat climber, as far as I know, so you have nothing in your hands.
Right. So yeah, pull out weapon.
The mace,
No, the bastard
the
sword.
bastard sword.
With
Okay.
2 hands.
Okay. So you draw that.
And I'm behind him, right?
Mm-hmm. You could flank the spider. Who knows? It probably doesn't have a reactive strike.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably a good idea, honestly. So I will move around.
So you'll flank around the spider. All right, it's now Ari's turn. Ari, would you like to enter the initiative here?
Yes.
All right, you are up on... Now, did you climb down with something in your hand? Because you do, as we talked about last episode, you leveled up. You have combat climber.
I know, but I don't think I said that.
I'm willing to say that, like, you are explicitly terrified.
Yeah, that's true.
And you have this new feat that you just took so that you can climb with something in your hand.
Yes. So,
I'll
yeah.
also say that you can,
Ari
as
has
a
a
free
quick-
action, let go, and because of your catfall, you
Yeah.
are less than 10 feet. You can just fall to the bottom,
That's
land
what
on
I-
the feet, and take no damage.
That
for
was
free.
the plan. So I am going to just let go of the rope,
So you will now
lightly
be
land on her feet.
right behind Nikolai.
Kukri's already out.
Yep.
Stab Nikolai in the back.
Nikolai is flanked by the
Wouldn't
spider.
surprise me.
Never call me a coward again. No, just kidding.
So you will have to move if you want to attack.
Yeah, I'm going to move around. Can I just get up like next to Arthur and the spider?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can kind of circle around inside of this. Like I said, it's sort of like a cavern. It's a little
Yeah.
lair.
So
the
you let
spider
me
has
drop
made.
down for free.
Because it's a free. It is a free
Okay.
action to let go,
Right.
and you treat all falls as 10 feet less.
So
and this
she's
was
just
a
going to be
10-foot
like,
fall.
oh, God. And then like stab the spider.
All right, what do you got?
Ooh, that's
You were rolling
not-
really hot last episode.
Yeah, I rolled way better to push Nikolai than I did to. All right, it's not that bad.
Oh, okay.
It's been a while. That's my favorite
13.
song.
Oh, that is a miss.
Damn it. Okay, well, she's just going to try again. She's just panically swinging wildly at the spider.
But you do fortunately
Similar
do
to
have
how I myself would react in this situation.
you are destroying the entryway to the apartment.
Yes,
There is an
currently.
AC. Lucky is the AC repairman upstairs. Like,
Being like, is everything okay down there? All right,
that's-
all
that's
right,
much
not
better.
better.
it's your
19.
second attack bone, though.
Yeah, 19.
That's a hit.
Woo, woo.
Go ahead and roll some damage.
Wow, I was actually not prepared to. I didn't think that was going to happen.
Lucky doesn't get any of this XP.
I'm here.
I'm
Lucky's providing
support.
I'm
guarding the
hoping.
hole.
6 points.
Yeah, I'm making sure nothing comes from above.
Yeah.
That's fair.
All right, Lucky, would you like to re-enter the initiative order?
I guess.
Do you want to do anything? Because otherwise you could re-enter at the
Yeah.
top. It's you're at the top of the order again if you
I'm
want
looking at something. So 1 second. Sorry.
It's football stab.
It's not. Though I am tempted.
How are those games going?
I appreciate that there is like whenever it's not. You all are great about keeping it off mic, but there I can always sell in like there's a like oh shit that play.
Mm-hmm. That's
Somebody gets injured, and we're like,
Yeah, it's mostly like alerts that pop up. Okay. I'm gonna manifest Spike.
So that's 3 actions.
Yeah.
And
It
you have a- you
says
have-
an adjacent an open adjacent space.
Do you want to put him in the tunnel?
Yeah.
Yep. So he can start off in the pit.
Dope. Okay. So we're
Just
gonna do
having
that.
a
And
bug
then he has
battle.
to make does he have to make a climb roll?
Do you have a climb speed?
Oh no, he doesn't have a speed, I don't think.
Oh. I'll tell you what. Since you have critical initiative, do you want to use your 4th action to command it to start descending?
Yeah, it just takes
Give me
it just
2
takes
climb
my
checks.
action. I'm making sure it doesn't have a climb speed because then you made me think about it. It doesn't.
We'll come back to you.
I think
Give
you
the fun
usually
checks
have to
me.
give it to him
A nat 20.
as a.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, so you'll make it
That's
10
2 nat
feet.
20s in a row for
I
me.
think it's 15 feet down. I'll have to check. You make it like a little, about halfway down, crawling down.
Okay.
Nikolai, it's your turn.
Go, Spike, go.
Yeah. We'll get the spike pawn out at some point, but I don't think this fight
fine.
is. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe this is the TPK fight. Jason, what's
I don't
Nikolai
like
doing?
That would be
Say
so
stuff like
sad.
that.
I would-
This ring
I-
is at the bottom of this pit
This would
now.
be your
Yeah.
fault, Ari.
And I think we should all stop playing the game if that happens.
Nikolai's going to try to stick this thing with a dagger.
I've been wanting to play Lancer. Should we do that next when we all die?
Sure.
That'd be fun.
Miss. 10.
10? All right, you've got 2 actions left.
I will.
And a 10 is a miss. Not a critical miss, though.
Divine Lance this mother.
You're going to do some spirit damage.
Yep. Some spirit damage.
Now, this is an attack roll, right? Not a saving
This is
throw?
an attack roll.
So your second attack penalty. Ranged attack.
Natural 19.
Okay.
Nice.
So that's going to be. Let me find that total.
You got it.
22.
That's a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay.
And this is a level 2 cantrip now.
It is.
Sorry, a rank 2 cantrip working
That's fair.
on
Oh, rank
the
2.
remaster.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which, like, I get it because every time I've taught a role playing game to someone, they're like, so my level 4 wizard can cast level 2 spells? Why did I get level 2 spells at level 2? And I'm like,
Right.
that would make
That
sense.
does make sense.
10 points of damage.
Oh, shit.
Nice.
Nice.
2 4s and a 2.
Hell yeah.
All right. So that would make it the spider's turn. The spider is not into this. Spider is starting to thrash around, and like part of its body is moving because as it's bleeding, it makes it harder for it to move its limbs. So they're sort of jerking and flailing like a wacky wavy inflatable tube man as it attempts to dart forward and continue attacking Nikolai.
Everyone's making the like gross emoji face.
Yeah.
That's true.
I feel like I'm doing my job well then. That's a 17 to hit.
No.
Nice.
That's an 8 to hit.
No. That's a critical miss.
That's a 3 to hit.
Oh, this poor
Damn it.
fella.
All right. How many
We're just
points?
coming into his home and slaughtering him. And he's like, I can't even hit you. Help me.
Yeah. Jesus, Trent.
Yep.
Now
It's
you made
Arthur's-
Nikolai feel bad.
Should we just try to get away? We are truly the villains of Kingmaker.
Yeah.
Speak for yourself.
Hey, look, a spider hole. Dick.
Look, if people want to live here safely, a spider, and look, maybe who knows? You
It's
look around the
true.
room. You know, you never know what you'll find.
You'll,
Yeah.
mur-
Arthur, it's your
you'll
turn.
murder spiders, but not
Another
bandits.
wedding ring.
I don't get it.
Arthur's going to take a nice
Also,
big
for
swing.
Svetlana, but from a different man.
Kath.
Let's go with the
It says
gold one
from
again.
Lucky.
Oh, that's a low roll.
Okay, but you're flanking.
Yeah, but that is a 13.
That's a miss. Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
very low roll. What the hell, Trent? You're
that
level
was
3 now.
That was a 4. Swing again.
Okay, swing away.
Natural 20.
Wow, wow, wow.
And I came prepared with the Paizo critical hit deck.
Yes.
Remember,
Oh, this is a bastard sword with 2 hands, too.
shopped Paizo.
Yes.
All right, Trent, roll a d6 or something so I know what
Trent
card to
may
draw.
break the record here.
That is a 6.
Okay, 1, 2,
That's
3, 4,
possible.
5, and 6.
Maybe, yeah, maybe.
Are you using slashing or piercing?
This is a slashing weapon.
Oh, never mind then. Okay. Oh god. So this is Jesus. Flat blade thwack.
Why?
Say that 5 times
It's
fast.
bludgeoning damage.
It is. You can deal bludgeoning instead of slashing. You can choose to make it non-lethal, and it is triple damage.
Whoa.
Oh, this is going to be a lot of damage.
Now, do you want to make it bludgeoning and non-lethal?
Squish it.
You can choose to knock the spider out.
No, I want to kill this
Okay,
thing.
that's fair.
But is it still triple?
Yes,
Oh.
it's triple regardless.
Oh.
It's a great blow,
Was
and
that
you just have
3d12?
Jihad damage.
3d12 plus 12.
Yep.
Ooh, yeah, this could be a new threshold. What I will say is, I think right now
that was
there is a
good.
tie for high damage because when we're recording this is just when some of those Patreon side adventure stories are starting to air, and in one of those episodes, one of our guests ties the high score record.
Check out our Patreon.
So low rolls.
Death.
This is
Okay,
27
Oh.
damage.
Is
Still
25 the record?
No, I
No,
thought it
it
was
was
30.
35.
Yeah, it's 35.
it's dead.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, you slam it down, smash the spider.
I unmanifest spike.
Nikolai
Sorry,
looks at
false
Ari
alarm.
and
Go
is
back up.
like,
Yeah, exactly.
was that necessary?
Listen.
This could have been very dangerous. He could have died. No more of your
I slept-
childish
Oh,
shenanigans.
right. Yeah, and she kicks Arthur the same way she kicked Nicole.
Falls down another hole.
There's a trapdoor inside of a trapdoor.
That was the baby spider.
Yeah, with
That was only a pony-sized spider.
with Ari's illumination, as you look around, Trent, you're able to kind of pick out.
There's
you can
gotta
see
be a
the
body
movement.
down here.
There's multiple bodies.
Yeah.
There's probably like 8 to 10 bodies
Holy
of
cow.
differing ages, and the oldest one is still probably only a couple, probably like 6 months old. So like, there's probably like, so that's dozens of bodies in 6 months' time alone. The most recent though is a lot of these older ones you can tell have been like cleaned in many ways, sort of like picked apart, but there's one more recent that still seems to be dressed and like have meat on the bones.
Tartuccio.
Yeah, I was going to
Do
say, is
we-
it Tartucki?
Do we recognize them?
It's one of the
I don't know, you
bandits
gonna look
with
at
my
him?
guns.
I do
Ari's
a
like,
medicine check.
Detect magic?
Wait, so what's happening? Who's doing what?
I was
Actually, that's a good idea. I'll
Yeah.
detect magic first.
So you, Nikolai, you cast detect magic. You don't detect any magic. If you want to make a medicine check, you're gonna have to like interact with the corpse a
Yeah, I'm
little
gonna
more.
go up it.
All right. So you do that. You go up. You check out, and you look at it. You realize that what looks familiar is there's an amulet on its neck. Stag Lord amulet. Looks like a bandit, very similar to some of those that you fought on the road.
It's
out
the Stag
to.
Lord.
Does it look
God.
like one of the guys we let
Yeah,
go?
one of the ones we let go.
It doesn't actually. It doesn't look like. And I've been keeping track of those bandits' names. The lumberjacks. No.
Oh, yeah. They wanted to become lumberjacks.
Oh, yeah.
Or fishermen,
fishermen,
potentially.
yeah.
There's a lot of options.
One was a halfling.
You know what? Because I'm a good GM and I occasionally take notes. Let me see if I can actually find. Fuck! I can't actually find it now.
You have a lot of notes for
Yeah, there's a
our
lot of notes
sessions
there.
here.
Yeah, I was really stoked. I'm like, oh, this will be really funny, and I wrote it all down. I wrote it down in my diary. It was very funny.
We had a great laugh.
All right, I'll find it. But I did take notes on all the bandits, and I was very pleased with that. No, so it doesn't look like either of them, but there is some stuff. Do you want to check the body out in more depth? Talk to me, Jason.
I'm not concerned so much with looting the body,
Okay, cool.
so I'll move on after that.
Oh, I want to loot the body.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll leave it to
I just
the
want to know if there's
savages.
anything weird about it.
So Arthur and Ari are taking a closer look at the body, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
With which hand?
Yeah. Are you each collectively using left hands or?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So you start rifling through this corpse. You can see like parts where the skin's a little bloated where the venom like sort of caused some necrosis internally. He has leather armor, a short sword, a small purse with 10 silver pieces, Stag Lord amulet. Those are worth about 3 gold, but it's also proof of like defeating bandits. How in depth are you going to search this body?
This feels so suspicious, but I guess.
I mean, I'm not trying to pull out an organ, you know?
Mm-hmm. But like, is it? Talk to me. Like, is it just quick pat down? Or are you going to like look through? Like, what's going on here?
Yeah, we're
We're
gonna look.
looking. Well,
Yeah.
now you're making it weird. So we're
Proverbial
gonna.
take 20.
Yeah.
You're going to take
We're
10
gonna-
minutes
I'm
and really.
checking all of
You
his
were-
pockets and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. We're looking him up and down.
Well,
Take his boots off,
10,
everything.
10
Yeah.
silver. Oh, whoa.
Ooh,
Jason,
Wow.
Boots off.
in his left boot.
Wow.
Boom.
So you don't find it. One of you check, but that was a hilarious Jason bit to be like, take his boots off.
Oh, yeah, take his boots off.
Yeah. Tucked in his left boot is a scrap of paper with a drawing of a dead claw-shaped tree on an otherwise barren hill. And you see at the base of that tree is an X drawn in blood.
Whoa.
Is that the tree we were just at?
You know what? Do you have nature or
claw-shaped tree.
survival?
Yeah, I have nature.
This is gonna be a secret check, Jane.
Okay.
What's-
+5.
You actually remember this morning you rode past a tree on the plains that looked really like that tree. It
Hell
doesn't look
yeah.
like the gremlin tree, but you legitimately remember seeing a tree that looks
Hold on.
a lot
I think
like
we
this.
just passed this.
No.
Impossible.
Shut up. We just passed this.
How far back was it?
How far back was it?
It was in the previous hex.
Hold on. I think it was in the previous hex.
So like 12 miles.
Like
About
12
10 miles
miles
back.
ago?
What is a hex?
It's about 10 miles back.
Well, we
It's
should
like
go
10
get it.
miles back.
Get what?
It would add basically.
I don't know, but it also is marked
you're
in
here.
blood, so that doesn't seem
Yell from the
great.
top of the hole.
There are bodies to be looted if you want to come down.
Hey, I found 10 silver.
I'm good.
I don't know. This
Okay.
is like,
I've got all
I'll
the
put it
rest
in
of
my
it.
pocket.
So.
I found this in the boot of a bandit, and it's an X marked in blood. I think it's either something bad or something stolen, and we probably shouldn't mess with it.
Oh,
Or
no,
it's
we
a-
should definitely go get it.
Perhaps it's a treasure map.
Yes. Or it could be like,
Could be a treasure map.
he like left
be fun.
someone important there. So what if there's someone we have to go and save?
What if his grandmother is waiting for a ride?
Right.
He was
Yeah,
supposed
that's
to pick
usually
her up
how
at
it's
the
done.
airport.
That's usually how it's done. Yeah,
and
you're
we
right.
killed
And
him.
he's like,
You're
gee,
right.
I hope I don't get
We didn't kill
caught
him. A
in
spider
hole."
killed him.
Yeah.
Oh, he died. How's that?
We killed him by inaction.
Why are you always so intense?
Because life
Ari leaves
among
the
the
spider
whispering
hole.
tyrant is a tough life. Yeah, everybody's like climbing out, and he's like, and it's important to remember that
The
the
light is gone.
tyrant
It
must
is
be
pitch
oh,
black.
okay.
So you all could choose to go back. It'd probably add between like tracking back, looking for this, going back forward. Probably add maybe another day.
I would like to go and
We're not in a rush.
go find the bloody X.
But why? But why?
What if there's, hear me out,
Uh-huh.
what if there's like a really rare thing for you to
Mhm.
pawn and get tons of money?
What
Could
if?
help us
Why
in our
is it
quest against the
marked in-
Stag Lord.
Why is it marked with blood?
I don't know. That
seems
is
that's a
really
good
concerning.
question.
It's really
That seems
concerning.
ominous. That's all I'm saying.
I agree
Maybe
with
this
Lucky.
is X. Let's not go here because there's bad shit.
No. X always marks the spot.
The spot of bad shit.
No. It's usually treasure.
No.
I do like the idea that we're just like we've started off like one, and they're just like, I don't think that's how
I think
X's work.
that's the way it works.
Bad shit.
I vote no.
I
think we did all this work to get this ring. I just want to take it back to these people. But we
Okay,
can
yeah.
go. We can go look at the
We
X spot
have it.
anytime.
We have it. We can come back.
He looks at Arthur, and Nikolai looks at Arthur and says, shall we do it alone?
You can split the
can
party.
split
Yeah,
the
go
party.
ahead.
I
That
swear
worked
to
out
God,
so well for you last time,
I
Nikolai.
swear to God, Lucky,
What?
if you don't actually take this ring back to this couple, I will be very upset with
Oh,
you.
I'm not giving you the ring. The ring will go back when me and Arthur go back.
I like that idea better.
I mean, we can go
didn't
do it if
want
you
it
want to,
anyways.
but I feel like we're going to get trapped in another gremlin hole.
If it's a fucking spider hole, we don't go down.
I've killed a lot of gremlins already. I don't have qualms with killing more.
All right.
What if
I
there's
guess
a
we'll go
magic
with
weapon that helps us
Yeah.
fight the
Can we
stag
go
lord?
find the hermit, please?
Oh, I forgot about that. Maybe
We
this
got-
is
we
where
at
the
least
hermit
need-
is.
We need supplies. We need potions.
We do need supplies.
We need potions. Can we go at least get potions first?
Do we know where the hermit is?
So the hermit is northeast of you, northeast of you. Where you remember vaguely seeing this tree is southwest of you.
Yeah. What? Let's split.
We'll go to the hermit and you go to the murder tree.
Yeah, I think
So
that's
who's
a good
going to
idea.
take the wagon and the drama, and who's going to take just horses?
Yeah, you
I'm going
guys
to
can
take the
take
wagon
the-
and a drama because we have supplies we're going to get.
'Cause we'll just
Okay.
get on horses and go.
I think this is a bad idea.
Oh, I agree, but
You're probably going to die. Just so you know.
yeah, probably.
We
Watch
can
it.
just-
That's totally fine. And then the hermit is like a badass wizard who just kills us immediately.
Right.
Tim.
We could go there
Be
and
enchanted.
just look.
Yeah.
Yeah, scope it out. Don't do anything crazy. Don't try to be a
Can-
hero.
But we
We
can
are
get-
being
I'll leave that to
protected
you.
by Arestal.
But we can get potions that will heal us if there's bad stuff at the X.
If
I
you
am a
don't,
cleeric.
If you don't hear from us for 3 days,
And with
we
remaster, we get
all
4
almost
healing
died
spells.
that's true.
with against a giant centipede.
Oh yeah, that was terrible. If you don't hear from us for 3 days, you should probably come and find us because we
We'll-
might.
we'll
be
What if we
start-
stay here?
Well, we'll go get the potions. We'll meet back here in a day. And
And meet back here, not at the trading post.
Yeah, we'll come
mean
find
at
you
the
at the
trading
trading
post.
post.
Trading post.
Just kind of chill there for a little
This
bit.
is so dumb, but we're gonna do it.
okay,
All
this
right,
sounds
so
fun.
so we're going to follow Ari and Lucky.
Oh
You
no.
travel the rest of the day, the
Okay.
afternoon. And as you work your way along the green belt, you kind of have rough directions. Do either of you have some survival, right, Jane? You said, I think.
Yeah.
I have a little bit.
Do you have nature or survival to
I
help?
have nature and
I
survival.
do have both also.
Okay. As long as one of you are trained,
Yes.
then you have enough
Yes.
directions from Oleg. And the hut isn't too far from actually the road that you took out west to the trading post. So
Great.
once you kind of find it, you know that you're looking for a hut, basically. And so you're able to find a small hut nestled in among remember how there's the occasional trees and rocks? You find sort of a few trees and rocks right near a little bit of a hillock that sort of breaks the wind. And you find sort of think almost the witch style little hut. Not in a horror sense, but that's sort of made out of resource as well. Not big, probably a dirt floor on the bottom, maybe a smaller loft with some wood, a wooden floor. And you see smoke coming out of a sort of chimney style room for there to be wood inside of it, a burning fire inside. And so you kind of ride up. There's not much around. You see maybe a big goat of some kind that's stabled outside, a small hutch where there maybe would be kept chickens, enough to sort of someone just live out here on the plains a little bit.
Is it Black Phillip?
No.
Okay.
So what do you do?
Knock on the door.
Yeah. Hello.
Knock, knock, knock.
Hello? Hello? Is someone there? Yes.
Yes.
1 second. Come on. I'll come over. And you see a man come to the door.
Fireball.
There are some who call me. No, you see a man open the door who's kind of got a little bit of wild hair and sort of tanned and weathered skin, and just hello, I'm Boken. Can I help you with something?
What's his name?
Boken.
I thought you said Bogan.
Boken.
I was like, that's a terrible name.
Yes.
I'm Boken. Can I help you? Are you here for something? And, I imagine it's one of those doors he opens the top half of the door like a window in it.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Billy Crystal.
Yeah, that's it. That was my exact thought too.
Hi. We
Eyes you up and down.
were told that you lived here by Svetlana and the guy. What's
Yes,
his name?
Oleg.
Oleg. Yeah, Oleg.
They've been troubled by.
Oleg.
Eyes you up and down. They've been dealing with troubles lately.
Yeah, we helped him with that.
Yeah, we took out the troubles.
And at that, he closes the window.
Oh,
And then opens the top half of the door but leaves the bottom shut. That's excellent news. All of the bandits are dead?
yeah.
For the most part.
The ones that were there.
Oh,
In fact, we have to. Well, there's a bit of a bad dude mobilizing bandits around here, and we are hoping to do something about that. So we maybe need some supplies.
Yeah, we came to you to maybe find something that would benefit us in our tribulations.
Well, I normally sell directly to Oleg and let him handle that, but
Just show him the charter too. Be like, we're supposed to be here.
Yes.
paper's great, but coin is better.
Fuck, we left it all with Arthur.
I got the wagon.
I have all the coin. Do, do, do.
What are you interested in? I have a few things. You know what? You should come in. He sort of jittery a little, kind of opens the door. Come in. Make yourself at home. There's a single stool at the table as he gestures to it collectively for both of you.
Ari sits down on it.
Sure.
I
you
don't have much on hand now, but it's fine. It's fine. Yes.
Anything healing?
Yes. I'm quite good at that. Well, as good as I can be. There's only so many things I can do. And you realize that he actually is missing a pinky finger.
Oh,
And he's like, I learned what I could to take care of myself. My fucking brother bastard cut me off the last time he hit my mother, Desna, rest her soul, but took off right to live in a hollow tree south of here rather than face the guards. So I guess it all worked out well enough.
Wait.
What?
Hold on.
Drama
Hold on.
dump on us.
Sorry. Ari's going to be like, hold on a second. What did you just say?
I have a few things
Hold
in
on.
stock.
No.
Oh, yeah,
About your brother?
Oh, right. Yes. And he
Is
holds
his
up
brother
his,
the stag lord?
No, he holds up his right hand, indicates a missing pinky finger. It was bastard cut that off me last time he hit my mother. Desna, rest her soul. But anyway, he fled. Didn't want to face the gods, so he
And
left. I
he's
guess I
living
left
in a
too.
tree?
Yes, somewhere south of here.
Does
Hollow
it look
tree.
like does it look
claw
kind
tree?
of like a claw?
No, you mean that old dead tree south of here?
Yeah.
It's struck by lightning.
What do you know about that tree?
It got struck by lightning.
But is there anything special in it?
Dead tree. Do you want potions or not? I'm
Yes,
starting
we
to
want
why are you
potions
getting
are a
all
serious
mean?
customer. I don't mean to be mean. I'm so sorry. Whenever
This
I
is that guy who
came
talks
to
to you at
his
the
house.
bar that you're like, oh man,
Yeah,
here we
yeah,
go.
for sure.
look, whenever I talk about Kermel, I just get a little upset.
Kermel?
Yes, my brother.
I didn't upset if my name was Kermel. So.
Anyway,
Some caramel popcorn.
Yeah, we just came for some supplies. So
Yeah.
well, I have a few. Like I said, I usually sell through Olag, but hasn't had a lot of money for inventory lately, with everything.
Yeah, that's
going
why
on.
he sent us to you.
How long have all of you been here in the green belt? Anyway, he's like starting to make tea.
We just got here
Oh, like today?
a couple weeks ago.
Oh, lovely. It's an interesting place. All sorts of things here.
You're so unsettling, and I would like to move this along. We get stuff.
can we just buy shit, please?
And we leave.
Okay, so his current stock includes 2 minor healing potions,
Yes.
2 lesser healing potions,
Ooh, okay.
a moderate healing potion,
Oh wow.
a lesser potion of fire resistance, and a lesser potion of cold.
Okay.
How much money does all of that
What is
cost?
a potion of cold resistance?
Yeah, so it's a
Okay.
potion. I don't know. It's however much it says in the book.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll,
He has it
I'll look
at,
them up.
He has,
Yeah.
he has it at market prices.
What kind of market are they shopping at?
Favorite community bits. It said market.
What
price.
market are they shopping at?
Give me a. Do you guys just want to get out of here quickly, or
Is it important to talk to this guy?
It's up to you.
We could maybe haggle a little bit.
look? This is Kingmaker. You literally found a whole extra side quest for a spider pit. So like, it's your
Okay.
choice what you do and don't want to do.
You have to role play, Jane. You have to.
have to.
Ari will talk to this guy for a little bit to see if there's anything valuable about the Stag Lord that he knows or anything else like going on in the region that might be useful, while Lucky kind of tallies up how much money we have and what we can buy.
Yep.
So go ahead and give me a diplomacy check. You're making an impression, unless you want to try to lie or intimidate him. But
Oh no. Play
9.
the drop.
9 on the die or total?
Total.
well, you're certainly not getting any discounts. I think he just sort of chatters your ear off for a while.
And
He's-
she's doing a really bad job of. This is literally the scene in Barbie where the Kens are like singing on the beach. They're like, and she's just not
It's
being
like-
able to keep her interest.
absent-minded chatter while he's like making tea and going
She's
through
like,
his supplies.
Oh, you don't say.
And he kind
Okay.
of mentions like, oh, I'm running low on help me. Well, and then there's the like, oh, do you hear about the evil monks, priestess, goddess? Yeah.
All right, falls
So
asleep
you
on
don't
the
get,
table.
You don't get that quest or that rumor.
Okay.
All right.
That's fine with me.
You're just like, whatever, don't give a shit. Give
He's
us
like,
the potions, old man.
actually, I heard something really interesting about the Stag Lord. We're like, don't give a fuck. Bye.
Buddy, and just shut the fuck up.
I got to do some math, but can I do it and then tell you what we got?
Yes. Okay. I will say he does give me some sort of check for just like how you handle. Are you trying to handle the interaction in a way where you might build a relationship of being a good customer with him in the future, or are you just really paying and getting out clean?
Yeah, no, this is business like for me.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, he
Nope,
just
that's
seems like
totally
such a
fine.
pain in the ass.
Yeah, you guys can track reputations in Hero Lab.
Oh, nice.
Oh, you can?
I'll
Oh,
show you.
cool. Okay. Well, then I'll do some math real quick and I'll get back to you.
All right.
We
So-
have a platinum piece, so we could afford quite a bit.
It's just
10
with that. It's 10 gold.
Oh, that's 10. That's right.
Yeah.
Well, that still helps.
Oh, nice.
Quite
yeah.
a
Yeah, it's
bit.
under the background section.
And we have some gold from previous encounters and stuff. So
All right. So now let's cut back to. Yeah, no, we're not crazy. There is some like lawn equipment being run. I
It's
just
a
thought it
leaf,
was the
it's
music.
a leaf blower, I think.
It's that time of year.
Yeah.
All right. So let's follow Nikolai and Arthur now.
It's nice knowing you guys.
So then I said, shield, more like wield.
So do either of you take the note, the little like drawing that you found in the boot?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah.
so we give me a survival check to lead on this, to try to track based on
17.
that information. That is going to be enough with the map. So it's going to take you the majority of like the rest of the afternoon going back down and finding this. And you do find it's not like a giant sycamore with a huge dungeon under it. It is just an older tree. It's the only tree in like that area, actually.
I'm going to perception around as
mean-
we're walking up.
So it's an old oak tree. It's atop a low hill, and it's the only tree in like a 2-mile radius. And
No wonder it got struck by lightning.
Yeah.
so, an old lightning-struck oak. You can see it standing atop a low hill. It's the only tree in a 2-mile radius. And for all of you for two of you who are now coming from the north, the dead tree looks eerily like a claw reaching up out of the ground for the clouds. And I imagine this is like in a sort of gothic horror way. Like it isn't like, is James hinting at this being like a big fucking like wood golem or
It's
some
not like
shit?
the Marvel Celestial coming out of the ground.
No, but I like the idea that like kind of a little unsure. Maybe you two are like, what the fuck's going on here, right? And as you go down there, you're kind of looking at it, and it is a little eerie. The only tree for 2 miles in any direction, dead, struck by lightning, preserved there on the hill.
Looking at the map, how far does it seem the X is away from the tree?
To be clear, it's less of a map and more of like an old adventure
sketch,
game
yeah.
style thing of like, here's the tree, dig near these roots sort of
Yeah.
deal.
Okay, start digging.
So I'm gonna say you're about 1.5 miles away from the tree when you kind of see it.
Do you detect any magic around?
Well, from 1.5 miles away.
Yeah.
Just your weapons. It's coming from you, actually.
The magic's coming from inside the party.
I guess once we can see it, I would shift to scouting as we inch our way up.
Ooh, you scouting? Are you gonna be
Weapon out, bow out.
scouting? Anyone searching?
I will search. Yeah.
All right. So you get up there.
Anyone. There's 2 of us.
Yeah, you get up there. You don't see anything. Roll for you, Jason. Yeah, you don't see anything out of the ordinary except for like the tree, obviously.
Can
So
I
unique.
can I roll a survival to try to orient, like, at least the way it's drawn versus, like, at least which direction the X is from the tree? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sure. You know what? What's your survival bonus again?
10.
I got to update all my shit now that you all leveled up. Yeah, kind of no problem. You're able to figure that out, and it's pretty because the tree is so unique in its shape. It is easy to sort of look at it from this angle and find it, and then look down to where like between the roots that the X seems to indicate something should be there.
Let's try to dig here.
Oh, okay.
I've got an important question. Do either of you have any sort of fucking digging implements?
I feel like I do.
So you got an inventory, and
I don't.
I have a backpack and a bedroll and some winter clothing and some rations and a water skin.
okay.
Dig
much
with
the
our
same thing.
hands.
I mean, you've got a dagger, right? You can dig with the dagger. It's
That's what I
not
was going
great.
to say is
That's
like
true.
taking a weapon of some sort, like dagger, and starting to kind of like pull it away, hands as it gets soft.
So what I'm just going to say is, like, especially in a world like this, I'll let you do it. So what would normally maybe take 10 to 15 minutes, it's going to take you guys half an hour to an hour to try to dig with fucking daggers.
That
Like,
makes
it's
sense.
not good.
Yep.
Crowbars, shovels, especially if you're rolling around with a fucking wagon, those are things you can buy, and those are things that maybe Olag or other places would stock. And what I'd say is most of the time, those are sort of throwaway items, but this is the one campaign where it may be worth
Yeah.
building up a little bit of an inventory.
Totally.
All right.
Send a text to Lucky to say get some shovels.
Send a raven. All right. What do you think the messenger birds of Galarian, this region of Galarian, are? Could it be a sage chicken or like a plains chicken or whatever?
Oh, yeah, the lesser prairie chicken.
Actually, I feel like you probably do see some of those out here,
Huh.
like
They're just
prairie
going,
chickens.
going by like,
Staggeringly.
Can I just say, thank God Watson isn't in this adventure?
Yeah.
Because we would never get anything done.
Never.
We would constantly be like, oh, hello.
Is Watson what slowed the
prairie
last
chicken.
adventure down?
So you two spend the better
prairie
part of you spend the better part of an hour and digging in the right spot. You kind of stab in and you cut through. It looks like a little bit of like a leather or a heavy piece of material
Ooh.
buried under some dirt.
well, nothing here.
Pull it out.
You find you pull out, looks like an old heavy leather cloak wrapped around a few things.
Detect magic.
Oh yeah.
Tons of magic.
I mean,
Some
it's
magic.
binary magic.
Yeah. Magic.
Isn't that a hard habit to break?
I
You'll
know.
detect magic.
Yeah.
As a GM though, it's so nice to just be like, yes, there is. Boom, motherfuckers.
Yeah. Open it.
So you
Unroll
begin
it.
to unwrap it.
Do I recognize
Specifically
the cloak?
Nikolai. You don't. begin to unwrap and unravel the cloak. Inside of it, you find, it looks
If you
like...
say IED, I'm going to be super sad.
What's that?
If you blow me up with like a bomb
You
that's
just
in
said
there.
IUD.
Oh, did I? IED. Sorry.
I was like, you should be sad. They're terrible.
Whose IUD is this?
What do you suppose this is?
Svetlana.
This is the ring she was asking for.
And now it makes
It's
so
not
much
even
more
the same
sense.
thing. You're such a fucking guy.
Oh, God. This has become a whole fucking connection, a constellation of side quests. No, so there is a small sheathed blade. There is a, looks like a wooden case. It's maybe a foot long, a few inches wide. A small silver ring.
Uh-huh.
And the cloak did a pretty good job of preserving these things, but there looks like a large, heavy tome or a book that has some moderate amount of water damage from being buried here for, you'd guess, maybe a few weeks to a month or two.
Can I look through the book and see if I can figure out what this is?
Yeah, you start flipping through it. It's a spell book.
Nice.
Looks like though it's pretty water damaged. Do you want to take some more time, or do you want to go through the book later?
We'll go through the book later and kind of. I don't want to sit around here digging up somebody's treasure for too long.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is this case?
we've all played battle royale games. If you get that shit, you got to bounce.
Yeah.
This kind of looked like a wand case, maybe.
I open it.
And there, sure enough, inside is it's a rather intricately carved. You can't tell if it is a black stained or blackened, perhaps by some sort of like burning or exposure to elements. You ever see those wooden carvings where a single piece can be carved into what looks like multiple things that are almost separate together?
Yeah.
It's that, but it's almost like a braid of like black wood carved into itself with just enough movement where it's then been bound together by metal bands at 3 points along it.
Is it a wand?
Maybe.
Can I look at it?
You wanna give
Study
me a religion? What's your religion bonus? This is
9.
This is a recall knowledge. Rolling the fun die. Yeah, I'm gonna roll this over. This is a wand of grim tendrils.
Oh, nice.
I should have guessed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you do see that there is runes inscribed along the pommel and blade of the dagger. It is a +1 dagger.
Nice.
Hell yeah. Another +1.
So +1 dagger and a wand of grim tendrils and a damaged spell book and a silver ring worth 10 gold pieces.
Nice.
We'll take all that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll swap the dagger out. I'll put it on my... So I'll take the +1 dagger.
Okay. I'm just random.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad. At this point, you're sitting on what, a grand total of 4 +1 runes throughout the whole party?
Yeah, literally everybody has one.
Yeah.
Not on weapons any of you are using right now,
Right.
but if you want to spend a couple of days...
I pulled a dagger out one time.
Yeah, you just used it, literally this episode. So that's the one time.
Well, this was a good idea.
So now you have your bedroll. Do either of you have a tent, or are you just going to be like kipping it under the stars on your way back to
Under
Olug's?
the
I don't
stars.
have a tent. No.
So, well, that's what I mean. I guess you are with...
I have a bedroll, though.
So here's what I'm going to say. Because you two are actually so close to the road, Ari and Lucky, if you're able to push into the early evening, which will be a little dark, might be a little dangerous, but you're level 3,
Sure.
you could make it to Oleg's tonight and spend the night in a bed.
Yeah,
with
let's do that.
Cooked food.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
And so you roll up on Oleg's trading post. Remember, it used to be an old military fort, so you can see the walls, the watchtower from which I think you, Lucky, were shooting at bandits.
Yeah.
But kind of pleasant to see. You roll up and the gates are wide open. Not like in
Lovely.
a terrifying way, but like maybe they feel safe.
Yeah.
You guys have been gone at this point. See, man, you never came back after you left. You're like, we're going to go take care of that bandit camp. And you rolled out at this point almost a week ago.
Mm-hmm.
And so you roll up a week later on the road. You left with 2 horses you took and a llama, and you're rolling back up with a whole team of horses, a wagon.
And -2 people.
Yes. And so sure enough, you roll up and Oleg kind of sees you and steps out, and there is a concerned look on his face as he sort of steps out. You know, it's good to see you, but has tragedy befallen you?
Yes.
Compatriots. Oh God.
Regrettably.
And he just,
He died the second day we left.
Svetlana, oh God.
Arthur
I must
died
tell
of
her.
being too weak and frail to make it on the plains.
Give me a deception check.
He died of dysentery.
Just
I'll
died of weakness.
Jesus, you do.
Oh, we didn't. I rolled a 6.
I rolled a 3 on the.
I thought you were going to say he died of a broken heart.
And Oleg sort of stops.
I'm just kidding. They're fine.
Yeah, they're okay.
They just went off to go do some. I mean, honestly, they might be dead. We don't know.
I
But
don't understand your city humor.
they went off to do some sort of weird side quest, and we came back here.
I think it's just regular humor, but that's fine.
Didn't have to make a racist.
What the fuck, Trent? So he's like, well, we have stew on, and there are beds available. Which please for everything you've done. Actually, how did the bandit thing
And
go? And
Ari will get down on one knee and like pull the ring out. Oh wait, yeah, you didn't give it to us. God damn it!
He sure did.
So
you two can take the credit? No, thank you.
Svetlana comes out. She's like, "Oh, you must stay for dinner, and you must stay here. It's getting late already, and the nights are still so chilly. We have extra furs now that we haven't been losing them in the tax collections. We can make sure that the beds here are even more comfortable than normal. And it's not much, but the food we have tonight will be hearty and warm, and you won't have to cook."
That would be great. Thank you. And like Ari will brief them about we took out the bandits. There's still more of a bandit problem. We're working on it. But she won't say anything about the ring.
And we'll give them some of the stuff we found.
Yeah.
From the bandits.
Yeah, and as a matter of fact,
specifically the crates of furs. Some of the weapons we're not going to use, and armor that we're not going to use.
And Oleg basically, like, you see, like, he's had a little bit of a facade of, like, one, he hates to ask for help, but, like, two, like, this has fucking sucked.
Yeah.
And so they were at a survival point before it, but this genuinely coming back, I think he kind of comes up to you, Lucky, like, because I think maybe you were sort of, like, managing and, like, keeping track of some of this and, like, saying, here, please, like, we've got to take some, and
it's because he's a sexist. It's fine.
Well, it sounds like you were actively telling stories, Jane, and
You're
maybe
also
Lucky
a child.
left
You're not
during
just
that.
volunteering extra stuff.
But I think Oleg kind of comes up to you, Lucky, and like has a moment and like goes to like grab your hand to shake your hand and does the like grabs your wrist and like looks you in the eyes of like this. Thank you. This is a kindness unlike what we've come to expect from anywhere.
Sure.
You're inside.
I killed so many bandits.
This is literally Oleg is embarrassed enough where he's like not doing this publicly. It's sort of like
right.
Really, thank you so much.
Lucky's very
Lucky's heart
uncomfortable
grew
by this.
3 sizes that day.
Lucky's like, don't touch me.
I think they kind of help, and hopefully your friends will be here soon. Would be excellent.
Probably tomorrow, I would imagine.
Yeah, hopefully.
But that
Being
evening,
chased.
I think they have you for dinner. They even bust out a little bit of like maybe some candied like fruits that they've had little bits of, like small bits of dessert, and it's nice. It's not amazing.
Have a grapefruit.
But I think at the end of the evening, Oleg, who is definitely of the two more quiet, the more stoic, and usually it's Svetlana who's like doing the talking and like really building a relationship. He comes out and sits down, and he has it's like a heavier piece of wool cloth, like not great. There's some different discolorations on it, like it wouldn't be good for resale. And he says, while we were wrapping up getting together, what was leftovers, Svetlana and I, we wanted to give these to you. And she's like, he won't say it, but he originally carved these for us when we started dating. And ever since during our courtship, we don't really use them or go camping anymore, but we wanted to say thank you. And it's not much, but he kind of it's these small, like collapsible stools. So there's a way you can like sort of carve 3 legs with like a little bit of cloth and leather at the top so that when you sit on it, it splays the pressure out and it puts it around that center sort of point and distributes it.
These really exist. Get them for camping.
And so they like, it's not enough obviously for your whole company when they all return, but it's what we had, and we just wanted to say a note of thank you. And they're not so lavishly carved that you think they'd be like art items by any means, but they are really well made. And you remember, I think one of you remember that like Svetlana had made a comment that like he had been a woodworker, and that's how they initially met. He was doing work for her family.
That's right.
And so there's these just really nice and comfortable like camp stools that
Is
can
Lucky
break down.
sad?
No, he's all right.
But it is really nice, and like it'll be more comfortable than certainly sitting anywhere else.
Great.
It'll take up a lot of room.
Thank you
Perfect.
so much.
I carved my name into one of them. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, it's the lucky stool.
Like right
lucky
over
stool.
the most intricate part of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, there isn't much, but like there are a few small touches of like woodland animals on them. Like,
Cute.
yeah. So you guys
Very
rest
wholesome.
for the night. You wake up in the morning. I think you've said this, Jane, Ari would be someone who would sleep in for sure.
Oh, yes.
Is Lucky someone who would sleep in probably, or?
Yeah, probably, actually.
So I think the two of you are probably awoken to some sounds from outside as you can kind of hear Olag. Dear, I don't think we have more company coming. We'll open the gates.
Ooh.
Are you sure?
Here. And she's like, you get the other one, I'll get to this one, and kind of open it up.
Ari's going to get up and be like, uh-oh.
Yeah. Well, I'll get dressed and do my thing.
Neither of you are wearing like medium or heavy armor, right? You're both light
No, yeah,
armor
leather.
people. Yeah, so you can literally like chuck your clothes on. You walk out, and the gate is sort of being opened, and you see a few figures.
I would think that we would expect it to be Arthur and Nikolai.
Exactly, but it's
Right.
not. And that's sort of the misdirect here. Because what you see is, I believe, it's 4 figures.
We're the ones that are going to die, huh?
You see a man in plate armor with like the sort of face guard on a helmet lifted up above the head, and sort of 3 tufts, blades, bows, packs, all sort of strung out behind him on horseback as they ride up.
Yeah, don't open the gates yet.
The gates are already open by the time you make it out, and they've just ridden in. And you just see the man, his head raised. Wait, where are they? And he looks over. Is that them?
Who are you talking
Who are you talking to?
Tune in next week to find out.
Oh, God.
Oh, man.
The Live to Die podcast is a production of Live to Die Gaming. Follow us on social media at Live to Die Pod. Leave a review and tune in next week for more. If you like the amazing background audio and music, all that credit goes to Syrinscape. Make sure you check them out at Syrinscape.com.